Hello, everybody. Welcome to Mario's Kingdom, and this is my kitchen. Today, we are going to be making lotion, or body butter, more specifically. Um, we have a lot of different ingredients, and we're going to go over them and go over them little by little. But first, oh, I forgot to turn on my other camera. So what I'm also going to do while you see me live, I'm going to be capturing all my hand movements in time. I can't really get the camera to look at me and to look at my hands. I don't know what everyone wants to see, so I'm going to please a little of everybody. And it'll be hard to get the camera to come all the way over here where we're melting, even though I can get a little over here and over there. But anyways, so let's just jump into it. I started making lotion a couple of years ago. My mom has severe joint pain from Lyme disease or fibromyalgia or both, not quite sure. But I found that coconut butter, coconut oil, African shea butter, and some essential oils have really helped over time. I infuse infuse my coconut oil, um, so that way it kind of with CBD um, gets into the skin. So it's infused coconut oil. That's why it's a little green. I don't know if you can tell, but there is CBD in there. So it kind of is not just a regular lotion. It's also a feel good lotion, feel good body butter. That is also inspired by Carlac, but I don't have a picture of Carlac besides my candle. I love this candle. Alright, so Carlac candle inspired me to do some Carlac colored and hopefully a smell that I can make me believe that is Carlac when I smell it. Alright, so I got some red mica powder. It's chameleon. It's got red, orange, and yellow in there. So I'm kind of hoping that will draw some of her color in there as well. I'm waiting for my water to heat up so I can pour my tea, and then we're gonna get started over here. But you can follow me if you want. Let's see. Right there. Okay. So again, I got my teacup or my tea strainer thing. And we got some Mullen tea. And since I haven't used either of these spoons yet, I'm just gonna use this spoon. Tea is almost hot enough, or the water is almost hot enough to pour. Whew, it's got a little hot in here. We got a Star Wars cup for when it's ready. Ooh. Boiling hot, holy crap. Alright, there's that. And we're gonna shut that and unplug that because it is not necessary to have plugged in anymore. And that will be waiting for that with our honey. Put that over there. And I guess, while we're waiting for the tea, we're gonna have some of our some of our doobie. And of course, it is the watermelonada because it's my favorite. I don't know what I'm gonna do when I run out of this because the other one is the pineapple one. Where did I put the scissors? And I guess I'm just gonna have to try it one day, and then if I don't like it, I'll give it away. Give it away, give it away, give it away now. Give it away, give it away, give it away now. Okay. I wonder what people think of me when they see this. I forgot to open up the chat. Have you ever thought about making your own candles? Yeah, I thought about making my own candles actually today when I was looking up all the ingredients. There's a few similar things, but there's a lot more like lotion and hair care that have shea butter and the, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this correctly, cocoon butter. Um, it's from a plant that is in the Indias. Alright, let me get this right and just read it to you. Ancient Health Remedies Authentic Block is a versatile beauty care ingredient and unscented extracted from the richest seeds of kokum tree in West India. For maximum moisturizing capabilities, this product is guaranteed for superior cosmetic grade quality and results. Ooh, girl. Provides successful by ancient civilizations in treating anti-aging, bruising, clogged skin pores, dry cracked skin, insect bites, lips, rashes, sunburn, weak skin, wounds, and more. Ooh, this sounds like that it's gonna be the heal all deal all, odor free, ready to use. Good. Alright, so along with our cocoon butter, I hope I'm saying that right. It kind of sounds like a very fun word to say. I love this. We're gonna make so much. Oh my god, we're gonna make so much. Look at this. Look at it. Would you look at it? African shea butter. Ooh, girl. What are we not gonna do? Alright, so like I said, the butter, and then the coconut oil, and the beeswax is what we're gonna start off with. Because we need to melt all this stuff and get going. So let's see how much closer you can get. I don't know if you can get, nope, that's gonna be about it. Okay, so 2 cups of the African shea butter. Got my cup. Alright, where's the spoon? Yeah. Oop. Oh gosh, I forgot to put the gloves on. I have them right here. My bad, guys. I got gloves. I just forgot to get them. My bad. But there we go. Whew. I wouldn't mind making some candles though. I forgot what we were talking about. um, Candles I think involve a lot more essential oils, so that way you can get more scents and smells that you will want to go after. And I kind of like making the lotion a little bit more because it actually helps people and not just, well, candles help people too, don't get me wrong. But the body butter really helped my mom when she was having a hard time walking around, her joints were hurting, um, or her arms were sore, her muscles were sore. It's joint muscles, anything that you could imagine was pretty much sore. So just rubbing on some body butter was a really good way for for her to cope with a lot of that pain. And I enjoy doing that for people. I enjoy helping people not be in pain by the body butter. Or, you know, other things that we can make to not have so much pain in our lives or in our bodies. Whew. I wish there was a fan in this kitchen. Okay, that looks about 2 cups. Oh man, and I think I actually wanted to melt the beeswax first. Oh crap. I looked that up and now I forgot. Alright, hold on, let me double check because the beeswax may have to go first. Okay, yes, you are supposed to start with your beeswax and melt your beeswax first, and then get your other body butters going. So let me get this up here. And we'll just scoop all that in here. I'm happy I caught that now. I know it has a lot to do with like separating and the wax and the butters and beeswax takes longer to melt, if I'm saying it correctly, I think. And you don't want to burn your shea butter. Never really want to burn anything. Alright, so there's that. Let's get this back over here so the water can get back boiling. And we wanted 1/4 cup of beeswax. So that's 1/2 cup, and we'll just do that over here. Alright, and that's about 1/2 of that, so let's melt that beeswax. Alright, and unfortunately this ripped in the back, so we're gonna put this away carefully. Alright. So we're gonna let the beeswax melt. And once the beeswax gets to a good consistency, it doesn't need to be melted all the way. There can be some pellets left over, and then we'll add the shea butter. And then while we're waiting for this to melt, we might as well measure out the cocoon butter. Maybe I should have looked up the pronunciation of that. Cocoon. Alright, so these guys are pretty cool. I like this. Thank you for your business. Ancient Health Remedies. Try these other organic products in our complete body butter line. Well, we shall see about these. Get that right there. Alright, and they even give us a little Ziploc bag so that way we can put the rest of the butter away after we open up the seal, because this is just taped, kind of, and not really, oh, the African shea butter is not, it's just like tape. They did give me a box, but, nothing to like seal it up afterwards, but that's okay, that's okay. No complaints. Alright, where's the scissors go? Oh, let's stir that beeswax too. Don't forget about your beeswax. Okay. Right now I have it like on a medium, like 6 out of high. It says 6 out of high. I like 6 out of 10 because high is 10 obviously. But okay, we're good with the water. I was a little nervous how much water would go away within a short amount of time. It doesn't look like too much. And I don't want to get all this white butter yellow either. Maybe I should have measured the white before the yellow. But that's okay because it's a Keen spoon. Alright, and we want a half a cup. Alright, so it's a little bit harder than the shea butter, but that's okay. We're gonna melt it down anyways. Come here, butter. You will be mine. Oh, I wish I kept track of what time I got the tea going. Let's see. I started about 17 minutes ago, so we'll say about 15 minutes ago. Or 15 minutes has gone by. So 45 minutes. So about 7:50, about 8 o'clock, the tea will be ready. Because I like to let it sit for an hour and really steep. It needs to think about what it's done. Or what it's about to do, I should say. Alright, beeswax is melted. Oop! Whoop! Ah! Don't be rude. Well, so that's cool. I think the outside of the bowl got wet where it met the pan since I lifted it up and probably shouldn't have. See, this is why sometimes you should just leave things alone, Kyle. Wow. So, that was fun. We're gonna kind of let that dry and move on to a different burner. Oh, wow. Oh, let's actually turn off the burner too. Ooh. Okay. There we go. Get rid of that water, that hot water right here. Ooh, that's hot. Okay. No one got hurt in the making of this video yet. Alright. dry, that's dry. Oh, and guess what? All the beeswax is melted. Cool beans. So from here, we'll just add the cocoon butter. Everything works out in the end, guys. Alright, so there's that. Cool beans. And also... Ooh! Say hi, Vader. Alright, look at that. Look at that. Yum, 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 yum. Alright, and then we're gonna give this a little stir. I'm gonna put it back down now to like 5, maybe even 4. We're gonna do like a 3 to 4 this time. Because if the bowl is heating up this nicely, it really doesn't need to be that high. Alright. And by the way, I know you can't tell, but it is a Disney bowl. It's a Christmas Disney bowl. We're not gonna play that game again. Hold on. Chill. Your chill's out. Like, come on. Whew. I still gotta put the coconut butter oil in there. Alright, yes, thank you. Maybe there's too much water in the pan. Alright, we're gonna let this all melt together. So we're gonna let the butters and the beeswax melt all together, and then we will add the coconut oil. Also, I'm going to add some almond oil and some grapeseed oil. I don't really smell much. Well, so far most of it's odor free. The beeswax is odor free. The cocoon butter is odor free. African shea butter, I think, is almost pretty much odor free. I'm so happy they gave us a baggie. And the blue bag is reusable too. It has little clamps on it. Alright, chill out. Like, you don't need to be so loud. Alright, so next time I know not to have too much water in there when I'm doing this until I get a true double boiler. Then it'll probably be easier to level out how much you're supposed to have in there. Yes, I know, Vader, thank you. I may have cut it a little too short though, let's see. No, I think I cut it perfectly. No, I didn't. Oh wait, but aren't you supposed to like, kind of like do that, right? I'm not really good at it, but alright, so use that butter. That goes away. This needs to be put away better, so that's gonna stay out until I can put it away better. Give this a good stir. We have good meltage, and it said it's good to burn slow. Burn slow. melt slow. They also said it's good to harden slow, but we're going to put it in the freezer for about 30 minutes when we get to that point. I know. So this time we're going to do the shea butter and the cocoon butter. Cocoon butter is really good for the face and for the pores. So I'm going to do one that is just with the cocoon butter and not the African shea butter, because that will clog the pores, and we don't want to clog the pores if we're trying to keep a clean skin. So this one's going to be for the whole body, and the next one is going to be for just the face. Chill, chill, chill. You don't need to be so loud. Relax. Alright, so let's measure out the oil. And we're going to do a half a cup of the coconut oil. Now, what I like to do with this body butter is... Alright, so it's pretty much melted anyways. So we're going to turn the burner off for a moment and find the half cup and clean the spoon off. Okay. And gonna get some of this. Oh, it's still good and creamy too. Alright, cheers guys. Alright, so that's gonna go in and get that to melt. Yep. Cool. Alright, so that's been used and that's been used. Okay, and then like I said, whoop, oily. Some almond oil and some grapeseed oil. So the almond oil is going to be good for nourishing the skin and some anti-aging properties, and the grapeseed is good for overall hydration. Why not? So, in just a couple drops. I don't want it too oily, but we are putting some essential oils in here, so I do want to counteract a lot of the not counteract, but dilute some of that, because you don't want too much essential oil on your skin. It's going to give you a rash, or when the ratio is not good, it's just not good for anybody, honestly. I always go back and like add an extra one. I don't know. It's like Vader, you underestimate me. Alright, let's get this coconut oil to melt. Wow, we got a good amount in here, guys. Alright, let's actually break that up a little bit. Get that to melt a little bit faster. Cool beans. Alright, so after that, melting and then let it cool. And then we're going to add the soy lecithin and the zinc. So this stuff is gonna help us do some bonding. Bonding time. So when you are infusing your special herbs with your butters or oils, you're going to want to use something to bond it together. So it's okay to just use your butter and use your herbs to make a good butter so that way you can cook with it. But this takes it to the next step. I did a lot of research when I bought my Levo machine. What is it called again? Levo, Levo. Um, so yeah, we're gonna do some more bonding. Even though there's some bonding with the coconut oil, we want all these oils to bond together. And then we have some zinc powder. The zinc powder is good for brightening the skin. It's used in a lot of skincare actually. Um, Sunscreen, conditioners, face creams, a lot, you name it. So we're gonna add that just for some overall health benefit. Alright, so we're also gonna take that off of the heat since it's all melted. And it looks really cool too. Okay. Cool beans, guys! Alright, so melting, then let it cool. Add the lectin and the zinc. So we're gonna do about a tablespoon of each, and never just add powder in. You're gonna get clumps, and then you gotta figure out how you're gonna break up the clumps. You definitely want to strain it before you just directly put something in there, guys. Ladies, guys, people, gentle people, whoever we all are. Alright. And actually, I don't even think you need a whole spoon of this. There we go. That's about what we're gonna add. The soy powder, soy lectin. Give that a good stir. Okay. And we're gonna clean off the spoon because there is some residue left over, and we don't really want things mixed together like that. That's gross. And let's get some of this. Cool. We got our strainer. Okay. So there's that. We used our powders. Oh, let's mix that together before that starts to clump. Okay. It kind of reacted with the butters. So, interesting. It kind of gave it more of a thick yellow presence than a see-through yellow liquid. But that's okay. Okay, so we're gonna keep letting it cool for a minute or two or five. Just gonna let that cool. Oh, it looks like some is settling at the bottom. Ooh. So we're gonna let that cool for a couple minutes, and while we're letting that cool, we're going to talk about what else we're going to add, what the next step is. Thank you. Do I have a favorite scent? Um, you know what? I don't know really, because I like so many different smells, but I can never go buy a Bath and Body's Work or a candle, Yankee Candle, or anything like that. Oh, those are so strong. That's like woo, woo. Anyways, all right. So we got some vitamin E oil. Always just like to have some raw vitamin E. Too many chemicals in those candles. Yeah, there is a lot of chemicals in candles. That's why, um, if you're gonna get one, I like to get one that's natural. So we also have some rosehip seed oil. This is going to be good for, and I had to write it down because I can't remember everything, okay? This is good for overall hydration and it smooths the skin. Then we have some black seed oil, which is also, you can ingest at least this bottle you can. It's good for overall gut health, brain health, bone health, I think it was as well. But we're mainly using it for its overall health just because I saw it and it looked nice. And I remember somebody telling me that black seeds activates turmeric. So the black seed oil, overall health, hair, skin, nails, it helps as well. And then even though this is cellulite soothing gel, oil, my bad, cellulite soothing oil, um, has grapeseed oil, eucalyptus lemon, grapefruit oils. It firms and tones and smoothens, so it's just gonna be good for the overall skin, honestly. Hopefully this has started to cool a little bit where we can start to add some of our oils. And actually, since we don't need this in the double boiler anymore, or as a double boiler, we can take that out. And actually, we come over here. And this is a cool spot. And maybe, there you go, you can see a little bit of it, right? I got my doobie, 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 doobie. Okay. We're just letting it cool, letting it cool, letting it cool. I think if it's too hot, you burn out the oils or whatever this has into it, and then it like evaporates. Mm. Alright, so what time is it? We got another 30 minutes or 20 minutes before the tea is ready. Okay. This would be a great time for one of those electric fans. Oh, man, I got powder all over the oven. Well. Probably wait a couple more minutes to make sure this is a nice cool. And then we'll add in those oils. I don't really know what I'm smelling. It smells a little bit like the shea butter. I love to make lotion. I like to see how all those ingredients melt together, and then you can just whip them up, and then you have a nice texture that brings everything together, that's bonded, and then there's so many benefits to it all, and so cool that you can control what you're putting into it. This is all natural. There's nothing that I don't know what's in it, and they're all pretty much main ingredients. Nothing has a long list of ingredients of other than what it says, like ingredients: grapeseed oil, eucalyptus oil, lemon oil, grapefruit oil. That's it. Oh wow, this is tiny print. And this is 100% Turkish black seed oil. Cold pressed, pure, and natural. I mean, I guess that's the ingredient list. And then, could you write it any smaller? 100% pure, USDA certified, organic cold pressed rose hip seed oil. So pure vitamin oil, grapeseed oil, almond oil. Thank you. So everything is natural. The essential oils are just essential oils. The zinc is zinc. This should almost be cool enough to kind of add those oils in here, so I'll let you guys kind of see that while I'm doing that too. Okay, so I'm not really sure how much to add of all of this, but this already has the carrier oils, or is pretty much just carrier oils, so we don't need to really be too cautious with it. But we'll give let's do 6 pumps. Oh, let's do 6 pumps after actually sun comes up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cool. Give it a good stir. Okay. Next is going to be the black seed oil, and we have a lot of carrier oils in here, and we have a good amount of coconut oil, so I'm going to fill up the dropper halfway, and that will be that. And I have OCD, so I like to give it a good stir after each time I add something. I just like it that way. Okay. And now the rose hip oil. Rose hip? Rose hip. Oh, rose hip. Okay. And we're going to do about half of a squeeze or that, or whatever. Half of that. There we go. Oh, okay, so it's getting a little bit thicker at the bottom. So that's good. It's starting to cool enough where it's getting a little bit thicker. And you can tell it's thicker too. Okay. And then we're just going to do 100% vitamin E oil. Just a couple drops. Alright, we added our vitamin and health oils. Now it says we can let it cool until it's cold, or we can freeze it. I'm thinking we're going to do a little of both. We're going to continue to let it cool, and then we're going to put it in the freezer in the KitchenAid bowl because it will help it cool down faster, actually, I might put it in there now. Alright, so since the ceramic, it's not really hot. Oh no, it's warm, but it's not hot. So we're just going to make sure there's nothing in here. Ooh, the zinc just kind of like clumped there. That's kind of rude, don't you think? Alright, so maybe somehow zinc needs to be added in, like when you're making gravy. You know, you got a little bit of water with your flour, and then you mix it in with the rest. Because now look at that. It's not as powdery as it was a second ago. Hmm. Alright. I'm happy we caught that in time. I mean, it's all gonna get blended together, but I'd rather it melt together because imagine how much oils were just sitting in here. I don't like to waste a lot. Okay. Alright, let's give this a little stir. Ooh, no splashy. So the cool part is that it is getting nice and thick to the point where if there's a thin layer on around the bowl, it's starting to dry. And I guess since there's more light right here, we'll just put that there for a moment. Alright. I am so impatient. Eek. Alright, so while we're waiting, I guess we're gonna just put some stuff away. So we're gonna continue to let it cool for a little bit. Oh, you're a jerk. We're gonna continue to let it cool for a bit. I saw multiple people say the longer you let it cool, or not the longer you let it cool, but the slower you let it cool, It just helps with a lot of bonding and not so much separation. So we want to do anything as possible to keep everything as bonded as possible. Alright, I don't have a container for that. I do for this. Ouch! Yes, I know. Let's give this a little stir. Ooh, that looks so nice. It was a good idea to transport all this into here. So, garbage, garbage. Not garbage. Here. This can be put away. Alright, for now, this is gonna go in here. Even though I know I need to get something a little bit better than just this box. Cool, cool. I almost want to put an ice cube in it, but then it will have water in it, and then if it has water in it, it needs to be treated a certain way, so that way bacteria doesn't start growing into it, or at least the bad bacteria. You don't want bad bacteria in your lotion because then you're rubbing mold on you, and that's gross. So let's try to keep away from that. There is a way to do it, but I'm not sure how to do it, so we're just not. Let's see here. And you can't see it right now, but you'll be able to see it later when I post the video. My aunt made some books from, I guess you would say she made her own props. She has Tom Riddle's diary. She has, well, just a Harry Potter spell book and a wand. And gave me, I think that's just a piece of fabric. It wasn't a bed sheet, unless it was a bed sheet and she cut it up. Not exactly sure. But there's quite a few things. If you've noticed, I have Harry Potter stuff around. That's all from my aunt. My aunt. Excuse me, my aunt. Alright, so we got some thickening. We got some hardening. Got a nice yellow color, but that's mainly because of the shea butter, really. Alright, so now the bowl is warm. We're gonna put it in the freezer, honestly. Alright, so it's set about 20 to 30 minutes. It is 7:45. What else we got going on? Well, I can make another drink. Ooh, a drink! My nowadays, the cannabis infused drink. This is so good. I could hardly tell I was actually. Well, you know, you're not drinking alcohol, so there's not much to taste. Alright, let me get some ice. Augusta Hemp Company. Check it out, guys. Alright, so I think when I was first making body butter, what I was doing while it was cooling was actually mixing it every couple minutes, so that way it didn't completely freeze. And I guess that could be considered like a slow cool, like a slow half freeze. You guys gotta try this, honestly. You gotta try it. Alright, and then essential oils, that is after we whip it a little bit. Oh, after it's frozen, because you can't really add something to something that's frozen like that. We'll give it a couple more minutes in there. Alright, let's see. Wow, 2 people watching. Anybody have any questions? I mean, I'm happy to answer questions if you're wondering anything about the lotion. Anything I've shown. You gotta get unplugged, Vader. Shut it. Actually, maybe I'll bring the mixer over while we're waiting for it to cool. So that way the mixer can be closer to the camera. Oh, thank you, Penny. Holy crap, that's heavy. Alright, Vader. I've had enough of your antics today. Thank you. can grab our raspberry seed oil. We are gonna grab some honeysuckle oil, bamboo, vanilla oil. That's gonna be kind of the scent I'm thinking for Carlac. The bamboo, because she's living and walking through all these woods, actually, you know what, that doesn't entirely make sense. Baldur's Gate doesn't really have, no it does. You know what, we'll leave bamboo as a question. But we're definitely keeping the vanilla. She definitely is a vanilla girl. And we're gonna have some honeysuckle to it. And if we're not gonna use the bamboo, alright, so we're gonna do musk, jasmine, honeysuckle, and vanilla. And it's gonna have a hint of raspberry, so it's gonna be like a, ooh, berries. And flowers. And you know, even though Carlac is like a bodyguard, it has a heart of gold. All she wanted was to live in a city that she protected. That's all she ever wanted. I actually got one of those endings. Let's see. I think I became a Lithid. However, I finished her quest. She ran back to hell, and she could come back and forth, but she pretty much had to go to hell. And then I met her at camp the 6 months later. I wish I had a fiery scent. Let me look for something fiery. I don't think I have anything kind of like that at all. Not rose. These are just going to be orange, lilac, no. Let's see what else we got. Blue water, cotton, lavender, fresh linen, and sandalwood. We'll do sandalwood instead of musk. So, last time, we are going to do raspberry seed, honeysuckle, vanilla, sandalwood, and jasmine. And see how that turns out. I think we're gonna take out the jasmine. I think 3 oils are enough. Alright, so we have raspberry seed oil, honeysuckle oil, vanilla oil, and sandalwood, essential oils. Ghee. Oh, let's check on. Oops. Alright, cool. Oop. Oh, we almost lost everything. Wow. Okay, so let me just point the camera at it. There we go. You can kind of see where it was about to almost completely slip out of the bowl. But yeah, so that's cool. We're going to give it a good whip. We didn't really want it completely frozen. There we go. Alright, let's hook this baby up. Oh, I almost forgot to add the oils. Oh wait, no, we gotta whip it a little bit and then we'll add the oils. There we go. I do wish I had a guard here, but that's okay. Oh, that's loose. on a low setting. Pick it up. I gotta stand on my tippy toes. We're just scraping the sides of the bowl to get some of what was frozen to loosen up a little bit. It's not frozen really. It was just no, it's kind of frozen. It's kind of on the sides of the bowl, and now this will give us our chance to add our oils. So we're gonna add a couple drops of the raspberry. Oh, it's so tight. Fudge. Ooh, no japa. So we're just gonna be careful. Did any even come out? Do you gotta take this off first? Yeah, you do. Might actually have a drop now. Ooh. Alright. And now we're going to give that a good mix. Mix, mix, mix. Bowl isn't even cold anymore. gonna put this back in the freezer. We're gonna repeat that process a couple times until we get to the consistency that we like. So just keep whipping it, freezing it, whipping it, freezing it every couple minutes. I think you're just going to have a better consistency and a better product overall if you do it slowly and the cooling slowly, and then just give it a good stir every couple minutes, really, or not just a stir but a whip. And then also the next time that it comes out, we'll add our micas. And since it's going on the skin, we're just going to add a little bit of each. I don't know where my little itty bitty scoopers went, but we'll figure this out together. Ooh, you know what? I got an idea. We can kind of control how much goes in there. So you do that. And we'll take care of these. Alright, let's see. Oh, we can have our tea. Let's have some tea, guys. Oh my god, guys, let's have some tea. Let's pour our tea together. Ooh, look at our Carlac candle going strong, girl, going strong. Let's get that out of the way, dude. Okay. Alright, so cool. And we're gonna give it a little dunk-a-dunk. Actually, let me grab a spoon. And we can drain this a little bit. Like I told you, Jalen likes his tea with ice. Pretty much likes it ice cold. But I like my tea kind of hot. Alright, now we have our tea. And Jalen's also been growing chocolate mint in the garden. So he has some chocolate mint in the oven, dehydrating right now. Or, yeah, dehydrating, I guess, right? But I'm still gonna add a little bit of honey because I like my honey. I like my honey. I know I have 3 different drinks going on. I have my herbal drink, my doobie drink, and now I have my lemon tea, lemon tea, something like that. I got something hot, I got something calming, and I got something refreshing. There we go. Oh, and now is a good time to check on. Careful if you do that. Alright, so what we have in the freezer for about 5 minutes. That's good. We're gonna scoop the sides. Oh wow. Toot toot the dog with Daisy. Alright. And that's hooked in, and we're gonna dump it back up and lock it in place and It is on track to being a very nice body butter. Oh, and I forgot. Oh, how did I forget? You know what? We'll do it after. We'll add in the mica powder after this one. Alright, while we're waiting, we're going to put some of the mica powder together. Just measure with a knife. Do a couple tipfuls. That would be more than enough. Alright, and we're gonna do some iridescent red. And we're gonna mix in some bronze because I feel like I don't have black, which I would have preferred to use, so bronze is kind of like the next best thing. And it gives kind of like a gold, a little gold shimmer to it too. So we're not gonna add too much of that. If anything, that'll be the least amount of anything that we put in there. Just a small little, there it goes, that's actually perfect. Alright, so that's what we got in there. Not really a lot. Let's see. Let's use a glove. Ooh. Yeah. color you're seeing, but I think that's gonna be like really close to Carlac. I like that. Alright. Let's take her out of the freezer and give her a good start. Yeah, I think it does fit her well. And I think the smell is gonna fit her well too. I think the sandalwood would have brought out what I wanted her to smell like. Alright, so it's nice and hard. So this time we're gonna give a little bit of a mix and then add in the powder and then give it a really good mix, because now we have the consistency where it's going to start to whip and not just to stir. Yep. Here we go. Let me actually show you. See? It's pretty hard. Up. Alright, and then we're gonna add our powder. Oh wait. Let's turn it off first. That probably would have went everywhere and probably not much in the actual lotion. The bowl is cold, so it's hardening what's on the bowl and only mixing what's in the middle, so don't be afraid to give it a good stir. We're also gonna have to add a lot more red because it didn't really do much actually. much of a color, then we're just gonna kind of have to deal with it because I mean I'm having some. Alright, we're gonna give it a good stir and let it sit for a little while longer in the freezer. That was a good stir or mix. Whip. Yes. And we're gonna scrape the edges. We're gonna put it back in the freezer for a couple minutes. And in a little while, we will be able to put it away in a nice little container. Oh, it's starting to have a pink look to it though, finally. Maybe we'll add a little bit more of the chameleon red yellow color. Alright, let me put this in the freezer. Excuse me, I just gotta get Bella's cat food ready a little bit. hands. Alright, we're about to take it out of the freezer again. I might add a little bit more red, but this time I might just add just red. I don't know. They gave me just red though. I have orange. I have gold. Oh, I have ruby red. We're gonna put some ruby red in there. Alright, again, a nice frozen texture. We're gonna let it mix a little bit before we add the powder, so that way it doesn't just go everywhere. That might have been a little bit too much. more powder in there, but we are getting a nice pinkish color. We're gonna put this back in the freezer for a little bit, a couple minutes. Kind of looks like a raspberry color. I wouldn't really define Carlac as raspberry. It doesn't really look pink, but it is. Might do just a tad more of the ruby red because it looked like it started to brown a little bit too much. That's all I'm gonna put in there. I really can't put any more. Well, I really don't know, but I don't want to put too much. Jeez. Oh, camera died. to it. We're probably gonna freeze it one last time for a good minute, a good while, and then one last mix. And that's gonna be our body butter. Let's get that yellow at the very bottom. Alright. See how it kind of like, it's very loose. Nice whip. Even it out a little bit. I don't know if it'll really make a difference. I love this color. Love it. Alright. We'll put the candle back since we're waiting for the lotion to be done. I just love to appreciate my Carla candle. Open this up, waiting, just in case there's extra lotion. Alright guys, let's check on that body butter. It should have a nice frozenness to it. Certainly looks like it does. Got a nice color to it. I know you can't really tell too much, but it's got a little pink to it. Alright. Get this there. Let's give a little lift here and a lift here. let's give this a good stir. I think we're going to do a couple more freezer minutes and then another stir, and we shall be done at that point. Sometimes you just want to put it in a little bit longer. There's nothing wrong with that. Really, the steel gets cold pretty quickly, so it's only got to be in there a minute or two. It's really close to where I want it to be. It just needs to get cold and not at room temperature, so that way it can add more air to it. Alright, that should have been long enough. Again, don't want it to really freeze. stir, and then a little bit of a mix, and we are done. It is complete. Oh, yeah, here we go. And you know, it's so much lighter now. I wonder if I add some red, just one last little tinge of red, if it would actually take more red now that it's all pretty much mixed. Alright, last. Well, the ruby red is pretty much just making it more pink at this point, so I don't think I can do anything about the red part. I thought ruby red would have made more red. But also, I used the yellow African shea butter, so that might be why it's not making a full red color with the ruby red. But one last spin, because we got a little bit of Minka powder left over, so here we go. That's all for the mixing. We are going to now put it in a couple tubs and go from there. think of a name for it. Let's see. Why don't we call it Carlax Healing Muscle Rub? Carlax Healing Body Butter. I like that. Carlax Healing Body Butter. Stay. I just put it all in this one. I don't think I have enough to really put into that container as well. That's actually a really good amount in there. Wow, this made a lot more than what I thought it was gonna make, that's for sure. Every last drop, as much as I can get. Because this stuff goes a long way when you're giving a massage or you're rubbing it into your joints and muscles. a little bit more peachy. Carlax Body Healing Ointment, Carlax Body Healer, Carlax Body Soother. Ooh, body soother. Hold on, guys. And I put 23 instead of 24. Really? I'm still in a different year? Carlax Body Soother. Ooh! I think they're pretty cool. I'm definitely gonna use it for personal use. Um, yeah, love it. So cool. I think I'm gonna use it tonight. Yeah, it was well worth the effort. I mean, that's I think this is. Let me remember how many ounces that is. Okay, so these are 8-ounce jars. And I think these might be like 12-ounce jars or even 16-ounce. Yeah, they might even be 16 ounces because they're almost the same amount. But I'm gonna use some tonight. Anybody want some? Let me know. And some stickers or maybe her face. I think I'm gonna put her face on top. And I want to do a different kind of sticker label. Something a little bit better than that. But maybe some red writing. But yeah, there's Carlax Body Soother. Ooh, lava crystals on the side. Yeah, that's a pretty cool idea. Yeah, okay. Let's see here. Back that up. Alright, let's see. Hey, don't go away. So everybody, thanks for joining Mario's Kingdom and watching make some body soother for Carlac or Carlac inspired body soother. Either way, I had a lot of fun. Thanks for joining. Have a great night.